Hey all, I'm back with another video for the Rincon. I know it's been a while. I've been writing it once in a while, but I've been having a couple of things that have been unresolved. So first thing, my radiator fan never activates, never turns on, even when the oil temp light has come on before, which I instantly shut it off when that happened. Just because it was sitting at idle for a little while. Anyways, the radiator fan light doesn't turn on. Also, my accessory 12-volt accessory, plug-in thing doesn't work either. No power to it, running or not. So I came here to disconnect my battery, and then the positive terminal here for the battery, it was all taped around here, and I saw how cruddy this looked, this connection here. And then I saw these two wires sticking through here too. I followed those two wires, and they actually come to what looks like the main fuse right here, these two red wires, which goes to all of these fuses and I guess relays and whatnot. So I believe that explains why those items aren't working, because my fuses for them are right there in this little black box. Anyways, so I'm addressing that. I'm gonna connect this all, clean it all up. At the same time, when my quad's been sitting for quite a while, especially over winter, the battery would drain. It's kind of a pain in the butt to take this plastic cover off that I have here usually and disconnect the battery. So I picked up one of these at Pet Boys today, and it's a waterproof ignition cutout. These are 3/8 studs. It's pretty heavy duty actually. Let's see here. That's what it looked like. And they sell many versions of this, but this one's the one that I chose. I think it was around 15 bucks, maybe 20 bucks. They have a little bit cheaper options too, like this one. This one was definitely 15. But you can kind of just see how cheaper it is. Still about the same thing though. It just doesn't have that little rubber boot to cover it and whatnot. Anyways, I'm gonna install that battery disconnect right here. Here's my negative terminal. I already went ahead and pulled this off of the negative terminal for the battery, and I crimped on one of these bad boys. What you need is a 3/8. This is a 1/2 inch, but there's a washer on this here, so it'll all just work out just fine. Because I just needed the correct gauge here. The gauge for this was, tell you, it's the 8 gauge. 8 gauge wires here on the negative, and the positive looks about the same too. So 8 gauge, crimpable ones, I guess. 3/8 is sufficient for this. I'm thinking I'm going to make a hole right here in the plastic where this is going to stick through, and then that way I have it just right here, just this part sticking through. And you turn the little red key. You turn the little red key into there, and then you have your connectivity, and then you're good to go from there. Anyways, that'll keep my bike from draining. I think right here is the best spot for it. I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. Okay, so here's what I've done. I drilled the hole through here. Like that. Okay. I took this little boot off because I'm going to install it here on the outside, obviously, to close it when I'm not using it. Basically, I drilled the center one first, then I drilled through these holes on the sides. That's where my bolts are going to be to secure it to the plastics here, and now I'll be able to connect all of that. And it should be just fine right there. It's just a negative that goes to the ground. to the frame somewhere down there. Yeah, finish this in a second. I'll show you. Okay, so the switch is done. Looks great. There's the key. Leave it like that. I actually left the connecting part of that behind the plastic inside, and I mean inside of there. And I just stuck it through, and then that way I could just close it. It's like that, and I won't ever lose it. If it's just loose, stick the key in, good to go. We'll see if this is an awkward spot or not. I think it'll be fine. I don't think my legs will be rubbing on it. And then this positive terminal here, this cable, I took those two wires, and I took a scribe like this, a pick, and I made 2 holes through the cable itself, just shoved it through, and then I took these 2 red wires and I stuck them through those holes, bent the end of it, and then I soldered all around it, taped it up. That should be a pretty solid connection there. So now I'll get all this back and connected and see if that solved my issues with the fan not working and the accessory plug. Okay guys, good news, it's working. So when you pull this, that disconnects the power, turn it back on, and my theory proved correct. I plugged into the accessory thing, which yeah, I don't have this mounted on anywhere, wherever it was supposed to be, somewhere up here, so just tuck it inside here. But yeah, the accessory power is working, and now I believe that the fan will work as well. I don't have time to test it right now. Maybe we'll see once I start it. But yeah, that's it. I'm happy with the way the switch turned out. You know, I use these bolts and washers, and I got these nylon lock nuts on the back side, so that way it doesn't exactly wiggle loose or anything like that. Very nice. Now I get to put it back together. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Alright. After I finally got it to get hot, and it finally turned on. Perfect. It works.